Welcome back. In our last session, we began considering some encounters that Jesus had with individuals in which he granted their requests based upon their faith. In that last session, we considered the faith and submission of the leper as he came to Jesus with his request for healing. If you are willing, you can cleanse me. I'd like to continue on in Matthew 8 and consider next the faith of the Roman Centurion of Capernaum, which is recorded in verses 5 to 13. So, Matthew 8, beginning of verse 5. Now when Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him, pleading with him, saying, Lord, my servant is lying at home, paralyzed, dreadfully tormented. And Jesus said to him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that you should come under my roof, but only speak a word, and my servant will be healed. For I also am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this one, go, and he goes, and to another, come, and he comes. And to my servant, do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard it, he marveled, and said to those who followed, Assuredly I say to you, I have not found such great faith, not even Israel. And I say to you that many will come from east and the west and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the sons of the kingdom will be cast out into outer darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then Jesus said to the centurion, Go your way, and as you have believed, so let it be done for you. And his servant was healed that same hour. As marvelous as the faith of the leper was, the centurion's faith raises it just like another notch. Do you realize this was a Roman centurion? Roman soldiers, in and of themselves, were the enemies of the Jews. They were the occupying force, and the Romans looked down upon the Jewish community. Yet here was this Roman centurion. A centurion one was over 100 soldiers. So this was like the commander of the Roman forces in Capernaum. Looking, and he's coming to this itinerant Jewish rabbi. And not just coming to him, but note how he came. It says that when he came to him, he pleaded with him. This Roman centurion is placing himself in a subservient position to this itinerant Jewish rabbi. Jesus wasn't in a power position. He wasn't like one of the Herods, where maybe this Roman centurion would have to mind his P's and Q's just a little bit because Herod had a little in with the Roman leaders. Rather, this was an itinerant rabbi who the Jewish leaders didn't like. And this Roman centurion had a need. Rather, his servant had a need. That's mind-boggling in and of itself. That it wasn't even the Roman centurion thinking about himself, but he's thinking about his servant. And his servant was lying at home, paralyzed and tormented. But apparently this Roman centurion had heard about Jesus. And by faith, he believed that Jesus was able to heal his servant. And he humbled himself in front of the entire community to go out to plead with this itinerant preacher to come and heal his servant. Jesus said, I'll come. And at that moment, that Roman centurion revealed even such greater faith. Because he says, Lord, you don't need to even come to my house. I too am a man under authority. I say to this one, come, and he comes, and to this one, go, and he goes. I say, do this, and they do it. Hupokuo. is the Greek word meaning to be under the hearing of. And that's the idea of this Roman centurion to his soldiers. Jump! How high? If you've been in the military, you understand that. I say to this one, come, and he comes. To this one, go, and he goes. I say to this one, do it, and he does it. And I believe, Lord, I believe by faith that if you just say to that disease, that demon, to that sickness, to that illness, go, and it'll be done for you. That the centurion believed that Jesus could do that from a distance. He didn't need to go touch like he touched the leper. He didn't need to go see the individual. That Jesus knew all things. And he had all authority and power. And Jesus marveled at the faith of the centurion and turned to those around him and said, I haven't found such great faith even in all of Israel. The ones who should have faith. What do you believe about Jesus? What do you believe that he's able to do? What do you believe that he is willing to do for you? Again, I've got to consider whether my request is according to my will or his will. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done. But if it's according to his will, that he is able to accomplish it, that he is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we could ever ask or think, he wants your joy to be full. We have not because we ask not. Take some time to go before the Lord today, worshiping him, glorifying him, praising him for who he is and what he has done. That the God of the universe has given you the privilege of entering into his presence, being called by his name, being able to lay your burdens and your requests at his feet. Take time to have fellowship with him. Remember, that's what it's all about. Not, again, taking a laundry list before him, but as a time of fellowship with your heavenly Father who delights in having a relationship, an intimate relationship with you, in which part of that relationship is you having the privilege as a son to lay your petition before him. Go and enjoy your fellowship with the Father today, and have a blessed day.